Hello, and welcome to Go for the Gold. Today, we're going to be talking about virtual field trips. And with virtual field trips, we will also add all of these resources to a Wakelet where you can go back and view all of the session resources and use them in your classroom. You can also go back and view previous sessions that we've done, like reflections or social emotional check-ins. So right here is the virtual field trips one where you will find all of that information. All right, so the first one that we have is the San Diego Zoo. And so right here, if you click this link, you'll be able to see some live camera views of different animals that are happening in the zoo. And right here are all of the different animals, but on this sheet, it has them all kind of organized for your students. I also love this step 1. So they will check on or click on all the links to explore the footage. Step 2, they're going to click an animal they want to learn more about. And then in their notebook, they're going to write down 4 to 5 new facts that they learned about the animal. Then they're going to share their knowledge in step 4. So what a great layout for students to explore different animals in the San Diego Zoo. And again, I will add all these links to the Wakelet so that you're able to go back and view. And all the students have to do is click watch live cam. And then we would be able to see the elephants. So there's the elephants. And they can kind of watch them, and then they can learn more about the elephants that are at the zoo down here. This is kind of relaxing just to watch them, and this zoo is beautiful. All right, our next activity is a field trip going to volcanoes. So in real life, students can't really go to see a volcano in action, but here they can in a virtual environment. So what I love that this teacher did is that she created these little plot points. And you can see some of them take you to YouTube videos. Some of them might take you to Google Arts and Culture. And then students can go through these different activities to learn about different volcanoes. It also talks about the solids, the liquids, and the gas that volcanoes produce. And again, kids just click here and they learn about those different activities that involved a volcano and the different parts. This next one is really cool as well, taking students on a national park tour. And again, the students have a video that they watch. Then they have a map of all of the different places that they're going. And I love that it has this map because I think sometimes it helps students to really see, okay, how far things are or how close things are too. So this is kind of like the learning roadmap for students on this tour. Right here, the students start in Alaska and it has a video for them. And then right here, it has 3 things they've learned, 2 things that they found interesting, and 1 question they have. And then again, they go to their next location and then they do the 3 things, 2 and 1, next location, and so on until the end. And I love this end part where it has which trip was your favorite, and the kids drag these different places where they just visited to their favorite location. So maybe New Mexico was their first favorite, and then they order them, and then you could have a discussion about why they preferred one over the other. And then after that, they do a Flipgrid and they explain the why they picked that. So just a really fun template for students to explore, maybe a national park, but I feel like you could use this template with anywhere. All you would have to do is add your different locations for the field trip. Here is another Google slide that can help students. So right here, where did you go? What did you notice? And then what do you wonder? So using that notice and wonder activity, and then they write a quick paragraph about what they learned or what they thought about during that virtual field trip. So just another good activity to get students kind of reflecting and thinking about where they're exploring and what they see. Here is another one of just different free resources of different places that you can go and explore. So maybe you want your students to go to aquarium. Maybe you want them to view the Great Wall of China. There's so many different places that the kids can go by using this resource as well. This is from Jen, who is a friend of Gold. And what you can kind of see here is she laid out museums, U.S. historical sites and landmarks, national parks, zoo and aquariums, and again, just getting students to travel around the world. And then I found this amazing, amazing Wakelet collection, and I found some really cool activities using this. So like Google Expeditions is going away, but it is available right now. So there's that link. There's also different ways like Mount Everest 3D that the students could explore. And so all of these different links are on that Wakelet, and it's just really cool for the kids to kind of view all these different locations that they might be interested in. And so you can kind of view all these different plays. There's also ThingLink 360. There's a Pear Deck activity where you can view the parks projects. And there's so many more, like webcams at the Houston Zoo, Panda Cam. Here's one on great white sharks. So just really cool activities that your students can explore using these different links. And I think it's so important to kind of create maybe like a Google slide, kind of like this one, where it maps out their roadmap for what is expected to help make some clarity on the expectations for the lesson. There's also another site. It's called 360 Cities, which is one of my favorites. And in 360 Cities, you can go anywhere in the world and you can view it in VR. If you have the VR goggles, you can enter VR. But if not, your students can just look at this on a Chromebook, and they're able to get that 360 view of the different locations, make notes of what they see, maybe write what they wonder, and talk about those different things that they're learning. And there's so many different places in here that you can search for, and it will take you to that 360 view of that place. And then there's a link where you can share it with your students pretty easily with a reminder in that Google slide or on your Google Classroom. I will add all of these amazing resources to our Wakelet. Give me about 15 minutes after I hit end broadcast. But thank you so much for joining us today on Go for the Gold. And I hope you found some value out of virtual field trips and can incorporate one for your students. Make sure you share your virtual field trip and tag us on Twitter at GoldEDU LLC so that we can build a learning community. All right. Thank you, guys.